I'm sitting here hanging out with Waverly. How are you guys doing?
Good, how are you?
Yeah, you excited today?
Yeah, we are.
Awesome. So, who is Waverly? Tell me about the group, where you guys are from, how you got the name.
You got it?
I got it. We're from Mississippi.
Okay.
And our name comes from an old, haunted mansion in one of the cities back home.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah,
Kind of fit the music of the first record too. It brings everybody from Tupelo with us, so it's kind of a back home thing. Kind of matches the music.
Okay. Now, talk to me a little bit more about your style. You guys are talking about, that's a feel. What can one expect when they listen to your music that might be a little bit different than some of your other?
It's just we're just like a rock band. We've got a lot of influences. Our first record is more eclectic than we're working on a second record right now. The first record we wrote while we were all in college, and it's like years worth of songs that we kind of all threw in a jumble together. So it's kind of from different corners of the room, I guess, as far as music goes. But it's rock stuff, and there's softer stuff.
Have you guys all been together from the beginning? This is like the original Waverly
It's the
group?
original Waverly.
Yeah, the original
Awesome.
Waverly. Yeah, we were in a band before in college without these two. And our lead singer, who isn't here right now, he's doing vocal rest and fixing his guitar and stuff. But him and Matt actually started the band way back when. They were a different name and stuff, and started out as a joke, but then became serious. And then before you knew it, things became really serious. And then so we evolved until for Waverly, and then that's where we are now.
So you guys have been touring for a while, yes? Yeah.
Almost 4 years.
Yeah.
Wow. Having fun? Having a good time with it?
Yeah.
Do you ever miss home?
Yeah, there's times where, especially when you're on the 2-month-long tours or something, in between you're like, wow, I'm really ready to go home, but then we get through it and it's still fun, so yeah.
So what are some of the exciting places that you've been?
Mount Rushmore.
Most recently.
We actually snuck into that.
Oh,
It was
wow.
snowing and it was night. Like we had it all to ourselves. It was really cool.
Yeah, it was.
Nice.
It was an experience. So.
But
So you
as
have
far
fans
as
everywhere.
Yeah.
Wow.
We love going out west. We play typically the West Coast more than anywhere else in the United States. Yeah, so we love it out there.
Yeah, it's definitely really pretty.
So what can someone expect from one of your shows? Like, does it vary whether you're in the States or not, or do you change it up every once in a while? I mean, you've been on tour for a while. Do you change it every few months?
We usually change it when we go out west. We go out west a lot more than East Coast, so we try to change up our show and play certain stuff at the beginning, certain stuff at the end, and maybe throw in acoustic songs, stuff like that. But yeah.
Okay.
Usually when we go out west is when we change it, but that's about it.
What is signature about you guys? Give me one key thing that's signature. Is there something that you always do or always say, whether it's in a show or in your music?
I guess we just want people to feel like they're a part of what we're doing.
Yeah.
And we do that in different ways, but that's the main idea.
You're close to your fans?
Yeah.
Yeah,
try
do
to
you have any neat fan stories, any special letters, or your music's affected someone, anything special?
Yeah,
like that?
we've gotten letters and stuff like emails and stuff like that before about different people that's going through stuff and then wrote us and been like, your music has been such, really uplifting to us and stuff, and that's always good for us to hear. We feel like we're doing our job, and that's what we want to be doing.
So what inspires you guys to write such great music?
Just the things we go through and the way that God deals with us in our lives. And just trying to learn who He is, and who we are all at the same time. It's more about that journey. That's where it all comes from.
Do you have any influences or people that you grew up listening to?
Yeah. Well, also literary. We read a lot. C.S. Lewis influenced a lot of our first record lyrically. Musically, it's the new stuff. We haven't put out a new record in 3 years, and the new stuff is more influenced from a One Republic and Switchfoot and Muse angle, and the old stuff had more of a punk influence because we used to be a pop punk band years ago. So it's changed a lot. There's been a big gap between when we put records out, but it's the same thing. I mean, I don't know how to explain that.
It's a big collaboration.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I was going to ask you if you guys were in the studio,
Sort
but
of.
it's good to hear that you guys are working on stuff right now.
We've kind of been in the studio for a year,
Okay.
and
Making it perfect.
that's what we're trying to do.
Great.
We're definitely working on song structures and making the song perfect.
Yeah.
It's like you can spend 15 minutes on a song, or you can spend 15 days or whatever. But at the end, we want to make sure the song is we've done the best we could do with it. So
Is there a new message to this album that you're working on now that you feel like might be a little bit different?
I don't know. We've talked about calling the album something like fiction, and it's kind of, I guess it's kind of a, as you grow up, you kind of learn about the things that you believed that, you know, you just kind of took from things, and then you have to figure it out for yourself. And a lot of that, especially with God, you learn how He works, and it's not always what you thought. You know, it's so different, but it's so much greater and so much more personal. And I guess that's kind of a theme of it. I don't know, but we're still in the process of writing it, so
Yeah.
who knows?
Yeah, a lot can
Constant
happen. So.
emotion.
Yeah.
So how do you feel like the Christian music industry has changed from your first album to
It's changed
Drastically.
a lot.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, a lot.
Share
Just-
your thoughts on that.
I don't know. I think people are starting to see through a lot of stuff. And I think for a while everything just got kind of cookie cutter. It was very easy to make a Christian album for a while because you can, and it's still the same way, you can stick to a formula and put out, you know what, I guess that's true for any kind of music. But now I feel like, especially as a community and as a people of God, people are starting to see through that, and because stuff happens in your life and that song doesn't explain it, you know, and that song doesn't explain it, and then you start saying all these songs are saying the same thing. And so we're trying to
It's
I guess,
it's almost
go
like
through that.
it's almost like over the years in church, instead of, you know, we're human, we make mistakes. We just go, like, we have God to turn to, and I think for so many years we've tried to just cover up stuff and just hide it, and then whenever something comes out in the open on the news or something, like, people jump all over it. This,
Right.
you know, and we're human. We have struggles. You know, it's the same difference. We put our faith and trust in God to take care of that stuff. And so the things we write about are things that come from, you know, our faith-related, you know, stories or things in the past or whatever that's brought us through stuff, and people can relate to that, you
Right.
know,
So I know you guys are on tour a lot, but what do you do when you're not touring? On your off time or your downtime? Any special activities? Anything else that you guys are working on?
I hang out with my wife a lot.
Okay.
Yeah, she's a nurse at home, and she works a lot. So when I'm home, that's usually what I do. I just hang out with her.
Family time.
Yeah, yeah.
Absolutely.
Family time,
Anyone
play with the
else?
dog.
I've been remodeling a house right now. I'm getting married in 5
He's
weeks.
getting ready.
Aw.
He's getting ready.
Yeah,
That's
that's what I spend all my time.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, okay.
That's just, it's a flexible job.
Uh-huh. What grade?
Any grade, mostly high school.
Okay.
I just hang out with family. I've got an awesome nephew that I enjoy spending time with, and then I've got other family in South Mississippi and stuff. I try to hang out with friends and stuff, catch up, you know.
We usually, one thing that I think sets us apart from some other bands that, you know, that we've toured with and we know about is, like, some bands, they tend to, after a tour or something, they go home and they don't hang out, but we seem to hang out even when we're home. It's like we
Okay.
get home and the next night we're like, you want to come over and watch a movie? It's like we've grown up best friends, so we just, you know, it's not even any different when we go home. So
No, that's great. Plus, you spend so much time together. And when
Yeah,
you
yeah.
are on the road, how do you guys find time to focus on your own individual faith?
Well, actually, we try to do that on an individual basis, I guess. But today, since we haven't toured together in a while, we just got off tour a month ago and haven't been together for about 2 weeks. So we decided all to come together and, like, do just a Bible study and just talk and stuff. So I think as a group, we're trying to come together more and just, you know, let out all our personal stuff to each other and talk about it. So, and we've done that in the past. It's nothing new, but just generally just talk, you know, just find out what's going on, you know,
Right.
in our lives and what we need to be doing better.
And you're using that in your writing?
Yeah.
In your upcoming album?
Yeah,
We want to hear that.
Yeah.
That's what we want.
definitely.
And so when do you guys have, like, an idea of when that might be happening, or it's still in the process?
No.
We
It's
want to be, we're doing a lot of restructuring behind the scenes, and we
Okay.
want to be done with all of that by the end of the year. And then hopefully, I mean, we don't want to put like
A deadline on,
we don't want to put a deadline
on a masterpiece.
on it. We'll see.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for hanging out with me today, you guys.